Hi, you're listening to Book Chat with author Vivian E. Moore.
Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode. We really appreciate you joining us. This podcast really shows us how we can all learn, live, and thrive off of each other. By sharing our knowledge through our conversations, we will impart some knowledge whilst learning ourselves how to progress even further. Here is your host.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Book Chat. I am your host, Dr. Vivian E. Moore. I am so glad to be back on the air. It's been a rough couple of weeks, dealing with sinus infections and things of that nature. And so it sort of, had me at a standstill. It's sort of what today's show is about. So without further delay, let's get to that. So the title of today's show is One Step Forward, Two Steps Back. And the topic is overcoming fear. You know, there are plenty of things we are currently afraid of, and the COVID-19 virus is at the top of that list. You know, and in all seriousness, we should definitely not take a threat like this lightly, because it is so important that we follow directions, and recognize our weaknesses, as well recognize our strengths. So I want to talk to you today about overcoming fear. Not just fear of, things that are out of our control, but just fear, of whatever it is, whether it's fear of success or, whatever your fears may be. I want to talk about trying to conquer those fears, because even with the threat of a deadly illness looming around every corner, we still have other concerns that still hold us hostage, but we are more than conquerors. And if you believe you can, you will. No matter the task, fear should never keep you from reaching your full potential. Admittingly, sometimes it does seem that as soon as we take a step forward, the setback is not far behind. But I want you to know, when those roadblocks come, don't fear. I experienced that myself. This is personal. I was on the air one week and I coughed my way through it, but I powered on and I did it. And then the next week it was like I couldn't do it because I was too sick to do it, and thank God it wasn't something as serious as the COVID-19. It was something that was treatable and something that, that I could get over. And so I'm so thankful for that. But still, you can't let things like this, hold you back. You have to know that, fear can shut you down. It can lock you up. It's best to be prepared, to be prepared instead of afraid of everything. Because when you know better, you do better. And there is a way around everything, but you have to keep moving to discover this. And we should never allow fear to keep us from rising. Maya Angelou said it best in her poem. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. And that those words have never been truer. And just like Miss Angelou, I believe this: fear defined, if we put the definition to fear, it is an unpleasant, often strong emotion caused by anticipation or awareness of danger. So now that we know what it is, we must learn to work through and overcome whatever worries we have about anything. And I want you to be prepared for stumbling blocks that occur almost daily. They might slow down our momentum, but should never stop us completely unless we let it. When you trust in your abilities and your gifts, it will build a level of confidence needed to achieve your goals. Now, I know the path to the fulfillment of our dreams can be scary, but what I've learned is that whatever's meant to happen will, and we accept what we are. And we accept that we're not alone on this journey. When we accept that, we can stand and face whatever trial comes our way. I think that is one of the things that, that hinder us when we lean to our own understanding. Our minds are finite. We only know so much. We don't know what's coming and what's around that bend. We don't know, but it's our faith that gets us through. And that's the same thing with overcoming fears. You have to have faith. Now, I'm not trying to turn this into a church service or anything like that, but I'm just sharing with you my own personal beliefs, and through any trials and tribulations. And right now, the world is going through a trial. It's a very serious trial. And there is not one place, maybe there is an exception, but just about everywhere on this planet has been touched by what's going on right now. And, we can let it, we have to follow the guidelines, to stay safe, to stay healthy, to keep from spreading this. But what I want to spread to you today is just a little bit of knowledge. I want you to be prepared, for whatever your goals may be. This may be a setback because we have to, sort of stay isolated and not be in the public. But there are a lot of things that you can do that you don't have to actually get out. If you have a computer at home or if you have a smartphone or whatever, it won't stop you from doing whatever it is your goals are. You can still meet those goals for this year. If you are, a new author and you're trying to get your book out, you don't have to go outside of your house to do that. You can still get those things done. And that's what I want you to do. I don't want you to be discouraged about what's going on in the world. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's serious. But still, we still have to live every day. You still have to do, whatever it is that you're trying to do, you still have to do that. You don't have to wait. Now, you can wait if you want to, but you don't, because that's a good way to keep your mind off of everything else that's going on. Stick to your goals, stick to whatever it is that you have planned, that's within your power to, to accomplish. You need to do that. And I want you to be progressive. I don't want you to ever feel like that just because something is sitting in your way, that you can't get around it, because you can. But, you have to be, keep that momentum going. You have to persevere through any trial, through any tribulation. You have to persevere, because that's very important. And, I don't want to keep you too long today, because I know you have things to do. I know that, you have worries. We all have worries, because there are shortages everywhere, and people are panicking and things of that nature. But we shouldn't let panic overrule us. No matter what it is in your personal life, in your business life, whatever it is that you're trying to do that. Okay? So don't be afraid of progress, even when you need to slow down and take a different path. Just remember, the first rule to overcoming fear is never to give up and keep moving forward. All right, folks. So I'm keeping it short and sweet with you today for a reason, because I'm still mending and I don't want to start coughing or anything like that. So I want to get through today's show. I wanted to make sure I did today's show because I last week I so much wanted to do to talk with you and to spend some time with you, and because I love doing this show. I love being able to chat with you every Saturday. And, it's only for a few minutes, every Saturday. It's just that one day a week. But still, it means a lot to me to be able to do that, to still do this show, and, for you to have something to listen to. So there you go. If you're in the house, if you are working from home and you just need something in the background, pull up Book Chat, author Vivian E. Moore, and listen to that. Why don't you do that? Okay, but before I let you go, I want to make sure I give you these URLs so you can be able to find my show. The first one, of course, is Spreaker. It is https://www.spreaker.com/user/author Vivian E. Moore. You can find me on all social media outlets. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All you have to do is just put in my name. Or for Instagram, you can put in God's Property 51. And for Twitter, you can put in God's Property 46. And just for Facebook, you can just put in author Vivian E. Moore, and my Facebook page will come up. And also, if you follow my blog, that is at https://vivianemore.blogspot.com, because I do post these scripts every Saturday when we have shows. And also, I want to give you these other outlets where you can listen to the show. You can get every single episode starting today all the way back to almost 3 years ago. All right, so of course, Spreaker, that's the first one. And then we have Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, Podcast Addict, and Podchaser. So those are all the places. Also YouTube, where you can listen to Book Chat with Author Vivian E. Moore. You can get caught up with all the episodes, every single episode. And hopefully here soon, we will be able to do a few more interviews. There is one scheduled for June, but I want to sort of fill in some more before that time. So, but I understand that people are busy, and this is a crazy time right now, and everyone, they really don't have time to, to stop and do interviews. But if I can, I will have some guests on the show, because that is another part of this show that I really, truly enjoy, is being able to share with you, on the insights about this business, this writing business, this book business, try to give you as much information as I can, because that's what this show is about. It's about uplifting and being informative and giving you hints and tips on things to accomplish your dreams. All right. So tomorrow is Worship Day, and with social distancing, we have to not be in groups and things like that. So starting tomorrow, we won't be able to actually go out and worship, but that does not keep you from worshiping. You probably can't bring your neighbors in, friends and things like that, because everyone has to stay, in their own little area. But still, there are ways around that. You can call them up on the phone. You can talk about or listen to different messages that will be preached tomorrow, I'm sure. But in the meanwhile, what you need to do is tell someone that you love them, because tomorrow is not always promised. So I love you. I hope you love me back. Until the next time you hear my voice, God bless you and goodbye.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.